How Bizarre is intended for mature, open-minded audiences only. If you are easily offended, we suggest you turn this wacky shit straight off.
Oh, sorry guys, I'm setting my shit up. Talk amongst yourself, I'm gonna mute.
Set my shit up. Well, we're all here. That's good. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Is it, though?
Is it really, though?
Is it me for a moment?
I don't like being fucking hacked, man. They took basically all my money on my account. I had to close my bank down.
Dang.
Yep.
So, do you know, like, what happened that they got your info? Like, what happened? Like,
Well, what happened is that I had my old email, LyleThompson1@hotmail.com. I've had it for 40 years. And I lost it. I want to say about 6 years ago.
40.
I just got hacked and I could never get it back, you know. Outlook Express and Hotmail, you know, what they do is they generate a deal where if you sign up for a lost email, it takes a month for you to actually acquire it. You have to do all the paperwork. You wait a month. And then if you wait the month, you could go in there and you can change the password and get back in it. And acquire it back. And I figured it out. And about 2 weeks later, after I acquired that email back, that's when all the problems, I started having all the problems. What they did, like with my Discord in general, they went in, logged in to my old credentials, and they changed the email address on it, so I couldn't log into it. And, you know, obviously probably changed the password also, but that's how they were commandeering all my shit, my EA Sports, fucking
how did you, like,
Epic Gaming, all those fucking websites, they all compromised every one of them.
so how did you find out about this method of getting your email account back? Was that like a phishing thing that got you, or
I
is
think
that
so.
legit?
They were able to go in there and go through every one. All they have to do is type in search. You go into search, you go Epic, you go boom, Epic. All right, there's your password, and that's your email, you know. And then they all they have to do is log into it and change whatever they want to change. What I noticed they left me a blackmail message, is what it was, on the email, you know, on my phone. When you went into the email section,
We have pictures of you jerking off, Lyle.
Well, no, it was literally a draft, right? The only way you could do a draft if you're sending if you're sending an email to someone. So if I was doing like a group email to you guys, it would be set as a draft. If I were to close it or to save it, it would be a draft. And that's what this was. It was a draft. And I didn't do it. The hackers did it, and they basically systematically, what Chris was saying, they were like, well, this is how we did it. You know, they said they used some kind of Trojan program called RAT, R-A-T.
We've got pictures
so
of your massive wang.
What it does is it goes into your computer, goes into your devices, goes into everything you own, and it goes through, and it basically commandeers all your passwords, all your shit, well, blah, blah, blah. And then they were at the tail end of it all. They're trying to blackmail me for $500, and that's when they were suggesting what Chris was saying, that, oh, we know what, you know, websites you go to pleasure yourself, you know, and we're going to let everybody know. And then they sent at the very end was a list of emails, and these emails were over 40 years old. These are old.
We know your favorite website is glassass.com, Lyle.
Old butt plugs and fucking glassware. No, I don't.
My question is that, like, if this email had been, like, if you had been locked out of it for years and years, right? Why, like, what triggered this now, right?
I have no idea. It may be because I got possession of it. I have no idea.
But so that's my question, is, like, what was your method of regaining possession of it? Did you get notified somewhere that, hey, you can get your email account back? Or
No. I filed just like I told you. I waited a month. Waited a month, and I went through all the red tape to get it back. So I changed the password. The only thing that's been stopping any of this, is the two-part identification.
Two-factor, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's been stopping it.
It's a pain, but that's what you got to do with everything important.
Both my emails were compromised. both of them. The ones
Well,
I
if you
used
use
for
the same password, they
20,
can
30 years.
yeah, they can find it. They can find
Well,
it.
oh yeah, no, they started that draft message to me with my password and said, "Oh, Mr. Lyle Thompson, and this is your password, and this is all your shit, and blah blah blah."
Those get in data
But like
breaches.
I said, at the very end, they were threatening me to send all this shit to all these emails.
You can
All
ignore
these
that
emails-
part. They don't have that. I mean, if they had proof.
It's a reflection off my phone book, and my phone is all it is. It's basically a showing an image of basically my address book. But the fact of the matter of the ones that were in it were so fucking old. Dude, we're talking old girlfriend fucking emails from back when emailing was cool. I mean, I haven't fucking
Email
sent
is
an
still
email
cool,
in 20 years. Dude, I'm telling you, I haven't fucked with an email in 20 years, dude. I don't give a shit about emails. I only use them to start accounts.
I only send Grinder messages nowadays,
Yeah,
Fuck
I
email.
Still live on email. But, when I got hacked, it was an old email that I don't even have access to anymore. But it was just one of those that's in a data breach. And it was probably out there on the dark web sitting dormant for a while until someone either bought it or discovered it. And then they used it to hack into my Amazon account. I probably talked about this on the show. And I got an alert. I got an email that said, thank you for your purchase of $500 cash gift cards for Amazon. And I'm like, well, that's just a fucking scam email. And I didn't think anything of it until like the next day. And then I was like, that looked awfully legit. So I knew better than to click on the link in the email. So I went to Amazon and, just put it in the the browser and went to recent orders, and there was nothing there that was out of the ordinary. I was like, okay, I was right. But then I noticed this little thing I'd never seen before, which was a button that said archived orders. I don't know why that jumped out at me, but I hit that. As soon as I did, there it was. 2 purchases for $250 each, and it's like, those clever bitches. They hacked into my account, bought something that is as good as cash, and then hid it knowing that I would go to the email, see it, and if I wanted to see, oh, maybe that's a scam, but if there's nothing in my recent orders, then I would be on my merry way, which I was, for just long enough for those fucking cards to get shipped, and then there was nothing I could do. It was out $500.
Wow. So were you just out the money?
My bank covered some of it, but they said to check with Amazon to cover the rest. Amazon said check with your bank, and I'm like, fuck all y'all. I just ate it. I basically ate like $400.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me.
Just like that.
I noticed that there was PlayStation shit that was put on my card. Just we're talking the day before, and there was like Fortnite skins. Just weird shit, you know what I mean? Just like Microsoft transactions and then PlayStation transactions.
I think they just call those foreskins now, Lau.
Foreskins, yeah.
No fucking idea. Dude, I hate Fortnite with a fucking passion, so it even pisses me off.
My kid loves it, and I fucking hate it so much.
Why do you hate it? I kind of get into watching people play it on TikTok every now and again.
Well, they stole the premise of a good game, and then they fucked it over and made Fortnite.
It's just a cash. There's a lot of like microtransactions. Like my kid lives and dies by V-Bucks,
like Roblox,
which is like
and
its
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really predatory in some ways, where like the kids really want the V-Bucks to open their fucking treasure boxes and get their hula hoops and whatever fucking cool toys they have. It's just weird.
It looks like a fun game for what it is. It looks a little chaotic for my taste, but I get caught up in watching people play it every now and again on the old Tickamatalk. But
I like that the game seems to have its finger on the vein of everything. Like, God, the characters they put in there. God, I might be getting confused with Call of Duty, but I think like Jay and Silent Bob were in Call of Duty recently, and so was Sabrina Carpenter. I think she was in Fortnite. Like you could play as Sabrina Carpenter.
It's pretty smart. I mean, it's cross-marketing on just about every way you can imagine, so
totally
pretty smart. Well, we should get moving right along since we're going to try to do a twofer tonight. When we last recorded, I thought, and I had reason to think that they might be this close to nabbing Travis Deckard, because everybody was going like crazy. They were circling this one spot. There had been some seemingly interesting sightings, and here we are, a month and a half at least a month since that initial recording, and still no such Deckard. Now, just yesterday, there are some reports coming from Idaho that seem like it's gaining some steam, but I don't know how it could be any more special than any other sighting.
I
they're
think
looking
it was
into it.
Tattoo. Mm-hmm. Somebody described his tattoos like.
Yeah, but that was public
really
information, so you never know.
Well, I mean, that's what the tip was from Idaho.
If he could do,
somebody like identified his tattoos like to the T.
If he was as well trained as they say he was, he could have found his way to Idaho by now. And he's not necessarily walking. The whole thing, we are assuming a whole lot. He could have had a car up there, or he could have had somebody help him get at least kind of on his journey. But so far, nothing. And I can only imagine what it must be like for that poor mom who now lost her entire family, and her psycho fucking husband who killed them is nowhere to be accounted for. Whoever's playing video games back there, that's popping through pretty loud. So you might want to mute until you... Well, I figured it's all of you at this point. I think John Mark might be in bed at this point.
I get weird feedback, which I'm not used to getting because I got that shit on. You
sound good. But hopefully they find this motherfucker dead or alive. I still think they should, maybe they already are, but I think they should be dragging all the rivers around there because they're, if he did what he did, he was up on a ledge. He could have jumped off that ledge, which goes down to the river, and it's a raging river, and that could have carried a body. I'm sure they've done all this. I mean, they've spent, I think, $2 or $3 million, if I remember right, on this search so far. It's over $1 million. I know that.
Yeah. You think he's dead?
I have absolutely no hunches at this point. I thought initially what made the most sense to me was whatever state he was in. To carry one of those murders out is incomprehensible, but to go one by one and then to do all three of them the way that he did, and then leave them there, I don't know how psychosis works. I don't know if he's even in psychosis or if it's just literal rage and hate. My initial thought was, how could you live with yourself after doing that? But how could you do that in the first place? So there's no rationalization I think you can use in this sort of thing. But I think initially I thought the thing that made the most sense was he was just going to take himself out, and he decided to do it in a way that hurt the mother. But now there have been so many things coming out that it makes it sound like she was really supportive of him, even in his crazier moments, and trying to help him get help. And he was trying to get help, but he wasn't able to find the right support. And that's become a big part of the discussion here, is like veterans not being able to find the special care that they need to deal with that very special type of PTSD. But that's a long-winded way to say I have no fucking clue anymore, because I've heard so many things and so many clues that pop up, but nothing points to one way or the other. And even after a month of saying we believe he's alive, we believe that we know where he's at and we're going to find him, after about a month and a half of that, the sheriff finally came out and said, we have no idea. Essentially, he may be dead. It's possible that he's no longer alive. It's possible that he's not in the area. And that was the first time they kind of conceded that we don't really have tabs on this guy. So if they don't know, then I certainly have no feeling. But you never know. You never know. We shall see. Well, there's an echo like the old days. Hello. Someone fucking with stuff over there?
Yes.
Lyle, you fucking with stuff?
I see it coming through Lyle. I see his name.
I'm always fucking with stuff, dude. I got some shit going on my end that I can't get over it. I got shit working against it.
John Mark podcasts from bed with this phone and a pair of shitty headphones.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm not happy about it, dude.
Running through
I wanted to get this shit going.
1992 radio station. It sounds good. It doesn't sound good to you, but it sounds great to us. Anyway, also moving forward, the fucking Koberger thing came to a rather anticlimactic end. You saw
Kohberger?
Kohberger, the Brian Kohberger. Is it Brian Kohberger? You know, the Idaho murder.
Oh,
you guys don't follow true crime. Huh?
Yeah.
This is big news,
Kohberger. I was like, where did they open up a Kohberger?
A Kohberger? You mean we don't have an In-N-Out, but we got a Kohberger up in this bitch? Yeah, he pled guilty to avoid the death penalty. So it was, set up to be the trial of the century. But now he's just going to prison for it. So all these documentaries are coming out, and there's just still so much weirdness around that case.
Wait, what? When is this?
The four college age students.
The college kids.
In Idaho, yeah. I thought, maybe that's not as big of a story. I thought that was a pretty huge, national story. Maybe it's not as big of a thing if you're not into the true crime scenarios. It's everywhere that I go.
I think it just went away for a little bit, and now it's just I remember seeing something about that popping up here recently. Yeah, but I didn't pay enough attention to it to know the names and the specifics.
So you all probably weren't following the Karen Reed thing at all then.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that case where the guy was found frozen out on the lawn and all these cops were having a party? And it was all these cops.
It was more than one, wasn't it? Was it for the Kansas City Chiefs for the Super Bowl or something?
No. This was it. God, where was it? Spacing on where it was, but it was just you don't know the Karen Reed, man.
Nah.
That's way big. That was been the true crime case of the century, but it's a strange story. Really, really strange story. This guy and his wife were going to this party, and for some reason the guy got out and went into the party, and his wife, Karen Reed, sitting out in the car, said after 10 or 15 minutes he didn't come out, so she got pissed.
This guy.
Yeah, and then drove away, and then at some point came back to try looking for him. Nobody knew where he was. Everyone was saying, no, he's not here. And then she found him frozen and dead out in the yard because it had been snowing. It was a big blizzard. And then the bulk of the party inside was a bunch of police folk, and she was claiming that they murdered him and covered it up, and they were pinning it on her, and it was this big case. And I think at first everyone was looking at her like, oh, you killed your fucking husband. But then all the shadiness and all this weird testimony from the cops that wasn't adding up started coming out. So not everyone, but a ton of people started showing up to the courthouse and the jail supporting Karen Reed. And she had a trial. There's a big documentary series on it, I think on Max. It's worth checking out. Tells the whole story in detail. And then she had a trial, but it ended in a hung jury or a mistrial. So she was scheduled to have another trial, and that trial just wrapped up, and she was acquitted. So that one was a crazy-ass story. I don't know. My whole life is true crime, I guess, but these are pretty big stories. I'm surprised you guys didn't hear some of these. But
it sounds vaguely familiar.
Something I know you've heard of was the Trumpster camp denying that there are any such Epstein files.
They don't exist, guys.
which may be the thing that
find my name on it.
Which may be the thing that is finally making even the most diehard MAGA people pissed off at Trump. It's taken a lot of things, but we seem to finally be there because I'm seeing outrage over that everywhere, even from like I said, the most diehard of MAGA
you'll get
sources.
It from both sides for sure, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have gone so far 180 on this thing that it's just and then Trump today, I think it was today, maybe yesterday, he was in a press conference and someone was asking about it. And I don't know if you saw it.
Why are we still talking about this?
He's like, why are we
still
talking? It's like, wow, that is interesting. That is interesting. And then you got fucking Elon Musk having his meltdown. It's like, this is a wild fucking time, man.
Ooh, I didn't hear that one.
Oh God, he is just going scorched earth on Trump.
Tesla stock is just fucking plummeting. So he's like, what do I got to fucking lose?
And he hated that big
gorilla once. I got video.
Let's see Kyle a couple times. Get to work here, folks. John Mark, what were you talking about? There was some Nazi AI thing happening with his AI is called what? Gronk?
So he's got XAI has this thing. It's like basically Twitter's AI thing is called Grok, right? Mm-hmm. And for the last little while, Grok has been answering people when people on Twitter say, "Hey, Grok, can you fact check this, or is this true?" Or whatever. It's like it's giving like actually like legitimately like sort of like truthful responses based on the facts available like on the internet, right? And it's not like necessarily, in my opinion, this is my opinion, it's not necessarily skewing
monkeyed with
one way or the other. It's just kind of like saying, well, this is what happened, right? And unfortunately for some people, the truth of the things that it's verifying doesn't align with their views, so they think it's fabricating stuff, right? Because this is where we're at now. And so at one point Elon was like, I don't like the way Grok is responding to these results, and it doesn't seem like blah blah blah, so we're gonna have to tweak it so it's giving more fair and balanced picture of blah blah blah. Basically what he's saying is like, I want to make it more like right-wing propaganda. And so apparently sometime, I think it was today, somebody, it could have been last night, I don't know, but sometime today at some point, somebody had tweaked the algorithm for Grok so that it started answering things very, very vehemently anti-Semitically and calling itself Mecha Hitler.
It was referring to itself as that.
It literally called itself Mecha Hitler.
Wow.
Yeah. And so there was a few hours where it was doing this kind of stuff. And they eventually shut it off so that it didn't reply to anyone, deleted the tweets, but you know how that goes. Everyone instantly screenshots that shit, so it's all out there.
Nothing gets deleted.
Yeah.
And then they made it so that it could only reply in the form of a photograph, so it could only post photographs. It couldn't like generate any text. So eventually somebody realized, oh, this is not a good thing, and they shut it down. So, which is also funny that it's tomorrow supposedly is the launch of the new Grok 4, right? So we'll see how that goes. But
wait till they get to version 9.
This all happened within the span of a few hours today, and it was just like, oh my god, what is fucking happening here? It was fucking crazy.
That's scary.
Well, they were talking like it was talking like genocide. Like pretty much the bottom line is what it was kind of hinting at in its tweets. So
yikes.
That's why they're calling it Mega Hitler. And he was like saying, "Oh, then if I'm Mega Hitler, then fucking nobody can stop me." And had a weird rocket ship posted. You'd have to see it.
Good Lord.
I don't
know. Did you see, before we move on from the Epstein thing completely, did you see Alex Jones posted his video where he's crying about it in the car? Like no. He shaved his head. I barely recognized him, but he popped up on a TikTok.
That's good.
Everyone's sharing it. And he's like,
he lost a lot of weight.
We got the document, really, and they're not sharing the document. I never thought I'd see this from Trump. I really gotta be honest. It's really breaking me up. And he's fucking crying. I was like, man, this will be interesting.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna deal with that. I think they're just probably gonna wait for it to blow over and never mention it again. But there are all these memes, of course. You know, Ghislaine is in a prison cell as we speak. It's like, if no client list, then why in prison? Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Good question. It was like, hello. But anywho, are any of you watching The Bear? You've been following that show?
Not this new season. I've watched everything up until this.
I have enjoyed it. Did not really enjoy this final season, and apparently, I mean, it does seem the finalist of seasons. And it just felt like it got up its own ass. I wasn't sure if you guys are watching or not. There's nothing I
watched some of the first episode, and we had to tap out because it was just like, this is fucking annoying as shit.
It's annoying.
I mean,
everyone talking over each other and constant yelling, and yeah, it's intense. But I enjoyed it. I got into it. I don't know. I was really busy when I was, it just launched, or just whatever, I guess launch is the right word. This final season is like, I'm going to marathon that in the background while I'm having one of the busiest comment weeks ever. And I don't know, maybe I just didn't give it the attention I deserved, but I was like, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because Jesus Christ, some of that shit just moved so fucking slow. Like, do we really need a 15-minute scene of a guy hearing other people's stories in AA? And they're not really interesting stories. And I don't know, I felt like it got up its own ass. And I felt like it was kind of a pretentious show to begin with, but I don't mind that. I like different flavors of things. I like punk rock and I like prog rock, and I think those are two very different things. But this, I don't know, this last season, I hear most people saying that they agree with me, but the people that love it really loved it.
Yeah, I have to give it a little caveat, like when I say that we watched some of the first episode and then tapped out. I'm not normally like that. I'm like of the opinion that you should give things a chance and give things time.
Yeah.
And I think most shows you should watch at least 3 episodes before, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes they have to get their feet. Rule. So I fully admit that we haven't done that with that show. I don't know if we will, but I have to say that the same thing we did with Succession when that came out. We started watching the first episode and we're like, man, these people all suck. This is lame. Yeah. And then we gave it another shot after like it kind of built up a bunch of hype. We're like, oh, maybe you should go back and check. I fucking love that show. We haven't watched the last season, but it's like it gets really fucking good.
I love Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yeah,
Kieran Culkin.
This isn't jumping out at me. Where is this?
HBO. It's a great show. It's about if like the owner of the Fox News and Disney like conglomerate, what his life is like as an old man with his kids trying to get a piece of his empire. And it's pretty fucking good, honestly. Kieran Culkin plays one of the kids, and you kind of like hate him at first, but you grow to love him a little bit. One of those characters.
Like, everybody sucks, but like you start to kind of understand, like, oh, okay, well, I'm not, these people suck, but I'm gonna root for this.
What's the main guy's name?
Kind of like Mobland, which I love.
The actor that plays him, he was in the 25th Hour. He was in X-Men.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Damn it. He is a tremendous actor, though. Oh, every time he's on screen, you're just like, fuck yeah. Anyways, worth a watch for sure. I'm watching and I'm catching up on Andor, so I can be current on the Star Wars happening.
I have not heard good things about Andor. Is it good?
Oh, it is probably the best Star Wars we've ever had.
Really?
Brian Cox is
Brian Cox, thank you. And it doesn't have a single Jedi or lightsaber in it. It's did you watch Rogue One?
Yeah, I like that.
It's what happens right before Rogue One with the same guy, Diego. I can't fucking remember his name. But it's the same creator of that movie as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it's 2 seasons of how the rebellion is born, and it's a spy show. It's not, like I said, not a single Jedi, no lightsabers, nothing. It's all about the people that built the rebellion. You can
really have, and as we're seeing, I think, good or bad, you can really play around a lot in the Star Wars universe. I mean, you could. I mean, there has to be plumbers. You could have like a situational comedy.
There needs to be more of that because there's such a rich universe that they can mine for stuff that's not the fucking Skywalkers, not Jedis.
It's the day-to-day shit. And like this last episode we watched featured a like shithole apartment on Coruscant, and you're like, fuck, it's cool to see like kind of the slums,
Star Wars slum.
You know, yeah.
Well, yeah, and how many fucking lightsaber battles can you actually watch?
Totally.
They're kind of all the same, but you need them every now and again. Well, maybe I'll check that
I think you would really like it, Ronster. It's really smart Star Wars. It's good.
Yeah. Let me pull my notes up here and make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, did you guys see any of the Black Sabbath goodbye show?
Yeah, I saw clips, man, when they fucking wheeled him out on stage. I almost sent you guys a clip of that.
Just parts.
I was like, this is sad.
It was sad. Yeah, the Tool performance I thought was great.
It was cool to see him get up and do it, probably for the last time. And I say get up very loosely.
And some of it
wheeled up.
But he went up.
Be up there. He was awake. Yeah. Well, he's got Parkinson's, and Jesus, how old is he? He's got to be 80, right? Like, he can't still be in his 70s.
77, 70.
Look it up.
But, some of the stuff he's saying pretty well, and other stuff is just like, I think his monitor might not be working. Or he's got Parkinson's and he's 77. But some of those performances were pretty decent. But I liked a lot of the...
76. He's 76.
76, huh? Well, that's a hard living, 76. So you got
to
know
he
that.
Has Parkinson's, and so I think, like you said, like the life he lived plus having Parkinson's, I think he's
He's allowed.
Lucky to be even here.
He's allowed some flat notes on.
Did you see the Jason Momoa shit?
Yeah. We went to the mosh pit.
I saw him get in the mosh pit.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
He was there for the whole Pantera section. They played their set, and he was there. And went out to the mosh pit and moshed with everybody.
I was watching people live streaming on TikTok, and that is such a fun way to watch a show. If somebody has a fairly stable hand, because it's like a very realistic, most of us, we see shows up in the nosebleeds. And, you see the whole stage setting and you see the lighting and all that, but you get the close-ups on the big jumbotrons. And I found it very enjoyable to watch. The performances were pretty uneven. Slayer fucking sounded amazing. Slayer is incredible. You know who killed it, though? Fucking Anthrax. What's the singer's name, John Mark? Joey
Belladonna.
Did you watch any of that shit? He sounded fucking incredible.
Not yet.
And he's one of those singers that were kind of up in that higher register, not like King Diamond or anything. But, you hear like Axl Rose these days and some of these other singers who just can't do that anymore. He sounded right out of fucking 1986 in the best way. You should check it out. It was great. And I liked the premise. I liked that the bands came out and did a couple of their big-ins and then something from Sabbath. And I was like, well, what the fuck is Sabbath going to sing if everyone's picking these songs? But they didn't worry about that. They did. Some of the songs were doubled up. And yeah, I don't know. I thought I got a little emotional over it. And, I've been watching.
You know what I didn't expect, though, and I haven't seen the whole performance. I just saw, like you said, a bit of it on a reel or something. But it was Steven Tyler.
Oh yeah, he sounded great too.
A whole lot of love. He sounded fucking great, and I thought
he sounded a long time.
I thought he was done. You know what I mean? Like I thought,
well, he's probably all rested from being off tour. But yeah, that like 3 songs into it, he probably loses his voice. Go ahead, Chris.
I did not hear him, but I saw a photo of him backstage putting his arm around somebody. Mm-hmm. Dude looks like a fucking skeleton. Dude
looks like a skeleton, man.
He's always been pretty.
No, bro. I saw a photo. And
he has always been skinny, but I agree. No, he didn't look great. He didn't look great.
It looked
sounded great,
but he sounded fucking.
When you see intervention episode of somebody that's bulimic, like that's Jesus. What he fucking looked like. I was like, yo.
Oh, dude, he's old too, man. He's in his 70s.
I was going to say, he's got to be pretty close to Ozzy's age.
Give this fucker a boost shake and something to hide those toes.
Oh, no. I don't think he was bare-toed, was he? They wouldn't do that to Ozzy on his...
They can't contain those toes any longer.
Fucking... I didn't recognize a lot of the people. They brought in some youngins.
Steven Tyler's 77. He's older than Ozzy.
He's older than Ozzy. Holy shit, man. I didn't catch any of the Guns N' Roses performances, but I gotta say, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of the clips of their recent shows, and somebody brought it up like a year or two ago. It was like, he sounds like Mickey Mouse now, and you cannot unhear it when you hear him. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. It's Mickey fucking Mouse. And it's like, it's time to call it a day. But then not long ago, I don't know if it was Night Train or something, you could tell that they had tuned way down, and he was singing where he could sing, and it sounded fucking great. It sounded like Guns N' Roses. I was like, you have to do that to all of your songs now. You just have to. And it's like, it is. The voice is there, but
you just should.
Most people can't sing that high their whole life. There's a reason Led Zeppelin is still not playing Led Zeppelin songs. He can't.
Or when they do, it's dropped down.
Yeah, they drop it down. Rush had to do that to do the last 10 years of touring. And, before, you had to kind of relearn the songs to either play it in a different key, because you can only tune down so much before you're playing on floppy fucking rubber bands. But now, the digital pedals that can drop the octave or change the pitch, that's all you got to do. Clock it down a few and play it as you normally would. Like, they got to think that shit over, because there can't be no more Guns and Mickey out there. There's no reason for it. You guys got to try to find, just, I guess, search Axl sounding good. But now that you hear the Mickey Mouse, every time you see, don't scroll past one of these recent Guns N' Roses clip. It might be the good one, but it's probably going to be, whoa, sweet child of mine. Oh, Minnie.
I can't remember what song it was. I think it might have been either My Michelle or one of the,
I love that song.
It was off the first albums.
Yeah.
He does a version of it where he's singing and it's fucking awesome.
But who is?
Iggy Stradlin.
Oh, yeah.
Guitar player.
Yeah.
He's singing.
He put out...
It's rare. You could look it up on YouTube because that's where I seen it. And I'm just put it in there and I'm sure it'll pop up. But
he put out a couple albums with, it was Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds. And I think the first one might be self-titled. It's the one with Shuffle It On, and he does a cover of Pressure Drop from The Clash. But it's really fucking good. It's a good album. It's, more Americana stuff, kind of, he was a big Johnny Thunders fan, but you hear more, I think there's a lot of like Tom Petty-ish sort of vibe. Maybe a little Black Crowes, but not with such wild singing. But yeah, good stuff. Izzy and the Juju Hounds. Guns was never the same when they got rid of Izzy.
I think we were talking about some of this last time we podcast, but I had an abundance of Audible credits floating around.
Mm-hmm.
And so I listened to the Mark Hoppus autobiography, quote unquote. I say quote unquote because it's like it was written really badly, and he read it, and it was read badly as well. But I guess he had a ghostwriter even on top of that. That's what I heard from Katie Surgery Jeff. Which I don't.
Why wouldn't he write his own book?
Say,
he's a songwriter.
What'd you say?
I wonder why he wouldn't write his own book. He's a songwriter.
I don't know. Maybe it was bad, but it was good too. Like to the point where I was like, I'm fucking having a good time listening to this.
Because it was so bad, or just because the story of Blink-182 is interesting?
Story of Blink-182 and like a lot of the behind the scenes and like this is when we broke up and this is when we got back together. And I like remember those times.
Yeah.
And then they talk about other artists they tour with, stories and stuff, and I'm way fucking into it. It was a really really fun listen, easy listen. But I get done with that, and I got a bunch of credits, and now it's like recommending other musicians' autobiographies. And the first one that pops up was Anthony Kiedis's autobiography, Scar Tissue. Yeah. And I had been gifted this on a hardback fucking version of this years ago as a gift from one of my good friends. So he's like, this is my favorite autobiography. Give it a read. You'll really, even if you don't like Chili Peppers, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the case. I'm like, about
that's
Chili
true
Peppers.
Of any good story and any good biography.
Bro, I learned so much fucked up shit about that guy to the point where I don't want to say it because I might turn it into a themed strange triv.
Yeah. Well, you did. Didn't you bring something from it not that long ago?
Maybe I did. I gotta stop smoking so much pot. But it's possible. But it was really good. And he talks so much about, it's really clear that this dude is not a bad person, but not a good person, and also extremely sexually motivated. Like, all his core memories in life were about sexual encounters, and he fucking lists all of them.
Well, didn't he? Isn't the thing with him like he slept with he's fucking underage people? Or he was.
He is in his 60s now and has a 22-year-old girlfriend or something. Well. So not great.
It's not fair to call that pedophilia. You can judge it, but I don't know.
Totally.
I don't know the story, but I keep hearing people talk about him like he's that guy.
I think he is that guy for sure. I don't think he's pedophile, but I think he likes young girls. But then I finished that book, great, and then I moved right on to Dave Grohl's Storyteller's autobiography that came out a few years ago.
You didn't
and it's
start
phenomenal,
there?
But I will say,
yeah, it was good.
What'd you say?
It's like you didn't start there. Huh?
Seems
like you would have already.
I have a copy of this one too sitting on my shelf, but it's been so much easier for me on my drives and stuff to just fucking put an audiobook in.
And he reads it, yeah.
Working. Yeah, he does read it, and he reads it well. I love listening to Dave Grohl.
He's good at talking.
But it sounds like John Mark, you might have read it.
I did read it. Yeah, it's good.
I'm probably a quarter of the way through or so, but what I was shocked to see, and this is kind of how I've always felt about Dave Grohl when he talks about Nirvana, he really doesn't talk a lot about Nirvana in it. He talks a lot about Scream, the band he was in prior to Nirvana. In fact, Kurt Cobain and Chris saw them play, and he was like, man, I wish we could get a drummer like that right before he joined the band. But he talks probably 3 times as much about Scream as he does his entire adventure with Nirvana and Kurt.
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised by that. He doesn't really talk about that era a lot in general, I've found.
Yeah, well, so much of it has been written about and has been covered, and they've done a million interviews. But, whenever, and even Chris, talking to him, he'll talk about it, but you can tell it's like even all these years later, that it's kind of like pulling out the old family album. And, I was hanging out with Mark Picaro from the Screaming Trees not that long ago, and we were at the Record Expo, and we always hang out there. It's one of my favorite part about that whole thing. And I always get to know him a little bit better at these things. And he had a copy of Mark Lanigan's, one of his solo albums that Picaro's on. He's on a few of them. And it's Whiskey for the Holy Ghost. And it was when, by all accounts, Lanigan was at his worst concerning being a heroin junkie and just a nasty person and miserable. And Art Chantry, who designed the lettering, he puts some stuff in the comment now. He's written about how nasty he was to work with. And I was talking to Mark about that. It's like, why don't we put this on and listen to it? And he's like, oh, please don't. He's like, you may as well just pull out the slideshow of my ex-wife and start playing it here. And I was like, that's fair. And I think that, I recently heard Grohl say something about, especially the In Utero era, like listening to that stuff. He can listen to the Nevermind stuff more than anything from In Utero, because that was so close to the end, but it was also just so closely associated with basically watching their friend die, and even not, becoming less and less friends all the time. They weren't that friendly in the end, Nirvana. So, between all of that, I think it's probably what could he say that hasn't already been said, more than anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the Foos are its whole other story, storied as it was covered in the great documentary. Was that Back and Forth, I think?
Love that. Fucking love that.
Yeah.
Well, gosh, we're about 45, 50 minutes in. You want to jump into the Strange Triv? And
I got a couple things. I could save them, but I feel like I need to get one of these in here. Well,
do it.
They're both really short. But before we move on, I just want to ask, in that Blink-182 book, did Mark ever talk about why, what's the other guy's name, the other singer? Tom. Why he said, the voice inside my yed, with a Y instead of an H? Never brought that up, huh? Will anybody ever bring that up? I never see anybody from the band addressing, or anybody as a fan asking why he says my yed. Like, I can put up with the fake accent. Where are you? But
that's what it is.
Voice inside my head is really weird. For anybody that doesn't know, I might just sneak it in here somewhere and avoid a copyright. But before we move on to Weird Triv, I've been meaning to bring this thing. You guys may have seen this because now it's popping up everywhere. But about a year or so ago, I came across this song by an Italian, there's a famous Italian songwriter in the 60s and 70s, and he put this song out in 1972. His name is Adriano Celentano, I think is how you say that. No, it was his statement that American music was so hot at the time. That's all anybody wanted to hear. That's all the radio stations wanted to play. He said that any song that sounded like English could become a hit. So he made this song, to brace yourself, this is all one word, Prisen Colin I almost got it. Prisen Colin Insinine Chusel. And he improvised the lyrics over a drum groove, aiming to mimic the intonation, rhythm, and phonetic feel of English, without actually saying anything intelligible. Now, occasionally you get words like eyes and all right. Now, I'm going to play a little chunk of this. I find this fucking addictive and a fascinating story, especially when you see the video. Let me skip ahead a little bit because it's got an intro here. Prisen Colin Instant Cuso. All right. Let me know if you can hear me.
When I stay in the shoes now, I'll hold the scene in a whole red map get the color boss time. Chance of mine begin to cold, baby, stay yet with Joe. Shoes now and whole building scene in a whole red map get the color boss time. When it's the same age you can't be seen. You know for some another just God believe it's a sham. You the cover not choose not right for not so hope this again not the cover no time. Oh but if it's a stand like the shoes go my man. You can trust you the man called the rain.
you guys seen this yet? Have you heard this?
I've heard that somewhere before. Yeah.
Do you watch Fargo?
It's kind of a bop,
apparently,
I'm
it's
not
on the
gonna lie.
Fargo show at some point, and that's
That
probably
makes
why
sense.
it's blown back up. But he did not do this as a joke. He did it as anybody can get a hit if they sing in this era sounding like English. And he proved himself right, because it became not only his biggest global hit, but it's the only song that the world really even talks about, even though he's had a storied career. But it's crazier because so he made up the gibberish, and then he learned the gibberish phonetically so that he could perform this live accurately as it is in that song. And
That's
as well
fucking
as
dope.
lip sync it for TV spots like this video. I'll try to remember to post this on the Facebook page, because you got to watch this guy. He's got the moves, but the song was a tremendous hit, and you can find live and different versions of it, and you compare it side by side. He's singing the same things.
Really?
Yeah, it is
That seems
crazy.
like so much work. It's
It
like
is.
making a language.
It's
Not at
fucking
all.
brilliant.
That's actually that's how I do music. When I try to make music and try to figure out lyrics,
Yeah,
I don't,
but it's
I
he
don't
says
write
it's
the
the
lyrics
same.
down.
It's the
I
same
write down the
song.
rhythm
It's
of what the lyrics are going to sound like.
yeah, but it
Then
would be
you
so
match that
hard.
to the waves.
It would be so hard to recreate that over
would
and
be
over
hard.
again. You'd have to yeah.
You get just dedication. I mean, he was dedicated to it. All right, one more quick story, and I hate to do this to you, Chris. But we have to,
bet.
because this ties into all the other things we are talking about. And take a look at this picture here. So this is a doomsday serpent that washed ashore on by Tasmania. A dog walker, Sybil Robertson, found the oarfish, is what this thing is called, while walking her dog on Ocean Beach near Strahan.
God, it's dumbass eye.
Oh, this is crazy. The fish was described as a great silver streak on the sand, and it was estimated, get this, to be 10.5 feet long. But recently, oarfish just like this have been found over 26 and even up to 36 feet. So think about this thing washing up ashore and being taller than a telephone pole, which is about 30 feet. That's how huge these things get. But apparently, this fish is considered to be an omen, a bad omen in many culture, a sign of doom to come. And guess what? One day after this, 3 more giant oarfish washed up, including 2 that were bigger than this one.
On?
And 2 of them in New Zealand, 2 separate places in New Zealand, both washed up without heads. That's got to be extra omen. I mean, that sounds like a biblical thing. Like, 2 sea serpents, 2 headless sea serpents shall rise from the sea. I mean, that's right. That sounds like some biblical shit. They love to get super specific in the Bible. But, all right. So I think that should probably do it. We got caught up a little bit, caught some kooky stuff. Let's move on to some weird triv. I'm feeling pretty happy, I gotta say. It's my time. It's my time up here.
You're feeling it?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm feeling something as a third of the whiskey bottle has disappeared. Whew. It's fucking 98 degrees out.
It's Weird Trivia with Christopher F. Hahn, a man from Florida, poop things, square shit in nature. Don't get me started on the goddamn brown hair. It's Weird Trivia that might get Christopher fired.
All right, guys, let's get right to this here. Question 1. Jessica Simpson recently shared that she drinks a Chinese herbal tonic containing this special ingredient, claiming it improves her vocal quality. Her vocal coach had recommended it, and she did a quick Google on the ingredients and discovered what the unusual component was, but said, I like the way this makes me feel. What is the unusual component in her Chinese tonic she drinks for her voice? Is it A, cockroach milk?
Oh, that is a thing. Yeah.
Is it B, leech secretions?
Ooh, secreted from where? People out there are appreciating and very very unappreciating your little ASMR smacking sounds there.
I hope so.
Cockroach
Is
milk.
it C, beetle larva?
Oh. Each one more barfy than the last.
It's, here we go. Or is it D, snake sperm?
I knew jizz was going to be... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Cut off your ASMR here. I knew jizz had to come into it at some point.
You had to
pun
know.
intended.
Jessica Simpson has been taking a tonic for her voice before she performs, and she swears by it. What is the weird ingredient that it keeps making news here? Is it cockroach milk, leech secretions? Saw them open up for Ween in '99.
That's a great name, band.
Was it beetle larva or snake sperm? Ronster.
Well, who is this? What's the lady?
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson. I thought that's what you said, but I'm like, hey, you're right. I haven't heard her name in like 20 fucking years. God, I guess that doesn't help me. But if it was, because in my head, I think I heard Britney Spears, but that could be anything. But these are all kind of crazy. But cockroach milk is something I hear a lot about. I'm torn between cockroach milk and sperm jizz, because I feel like a sperm jizz story would get Christopher F. Hart's attention, but he has long since developed
a snake sperm
to lean into that.
Snake sperm.
I think I'm going to chase your snake jizz herring. I'm going to go with D, but I bet it's A.
You're gonna go with snake sperm.
I got a snake that's got some sperm in it.
Call that Jessica
John Mark.
Simpson. Wonder what kind of venue she's performing at these days.
Jessica?
Casinos. He knows casinos.
Yeah, casino.
Oh yeah, I suppose you're right.
I know. I know for
I'm working on a poster today.
I'm gonna go.
It's on the
with,
writer.
so-
That's how he knows the answer to this question. Must have 5 fresh buckets of freshly squeezed
please
snake
more
jizz.
leeches yourself for my.
Sorry,
So
John.
when we were growing up in Bangladesh, sometimes we'd have to kill some cockroaches,
Yeah, I bet.
and to me, their guts looked like a lot of the time when we were over there, especially in the early days, we had to drink powdered milk, and so when you first start stirring up the powdered milk, and you kind of like you kind of like mix it a little thick, and then you add water to it and kind of like thin it down. The slurry that you initially have there is like the same color and consistency of cockroach guts when you squish them. And so it kind of put me off drinking milk for a while. So I'm going to go with cockroach milk.
Oh,
Fair
I'd be
enough.
pissed if I chased the jizz right out of the snake and away from the right answer.
Sounds like a bad episode of Fear Factor, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Protein filled one at bare minimum.
That's why I stopped
Right?
watching
I'm
that
more
show. I can
testicle
handle
balls.
the scary stuff, but
Testicle balls.
testicle
Bull
balls.
testicle. I'm going to go with the secretion of the leashes. Yeah.
Interesting.
What would they be secreting?
Wow.
Just like leech
Good
shit?
for you.
I guess things got a shit.
Secretion?
Have you
Doesn't
seen
mean
that quote that's
okay.
associated with Danzig? I don't know if he
Isn't it
actually
like-
said it, but it's like the quote is, real worms have no bones in them. Gummy worms, on the other hand, are made from gelatin, which contain bone matter. So therefore, gummy worms have more bone than real worms.
Oh,
I don't know if he actually said that, but
I don't think he really said that, but it's funny.
it is funny. And it's true, I suppose. They're definitely, natural gelatin is bone marrow, essentially.
All right, question 2. According to box office data, this actor has now become the highest grossing actor of all time at the global box office. Now, I should mention this takes into account dollar, like this day's dollar, like inflation, I should say. So,
Okay.
But this person is the highest grossing actor for the box office of all time. Is it A, Chris Pratt?
All time, huh? Right.
Is it B, Scarlett Johansson?
No.
You can't possibly keep doing it. For the 5 people that are still with us after the fucking bug gut and larvae poop conversation.
How do you know it's me? Is it C?
I don't think they care.
Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Or is it
really
D? Tom Cruise?
Yeah, I mean, that
Tommy
was the first
Cruise.
name that came to mind, and there's no way I could be talked out of it. I mean, it's interesting, though, because Chris Pratt was in so many big movies, but were they all... I guess it doesn't matter if they were all super successful.
I'm going to
He's
pretend
in
like I
Mission
don't know the
Impossible.
answer and just to talk movies for a second, but he also does a shitload of voice work, like Mario, Garfield. Like he's in
Yeah, you're
these
right.
high-grossing animated flicks, too.
But
So
Tom fucking Cruise, man. He is
Been
in
around
some
forever.
of the biggest movies of all time. Robert Downey Jr. had a hell of a career, but he was kind of a big actor and then went way away and then came back to be, I think, arguably, maybe not even arguably, I think provably, a much bigger actor than he was during his previous heyday. So I would,
And not
between
only
those
that,
two.
not only that, but he's the only character in the entire world that could be Iron Man. I think everybody's justified that there could be no other Iron
That
Man.
first I had lost track as I did with a lot
Ever.
of those movies, but that first Iron Man, I think, that was
Great
it was
flick.
it was a fun watch. It was fun to see him in that role.
Well, I mean, like Wolverine, they could change out that character to anybody. I mean, Deadpool, same thing. If they really wanted to, they're a character, but like you'll never see another Iron Man.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I think you will
we're gonna see
eventually
Tom
because
Cruise as Iron Man. I think
Maybe.
really,
they've been talking about that for a long time,
there you go.
because we're branching off into those alternate universes now. And I guess he was slated to be Iron Man at one point, or
why
he was
not give
involved.
some young guns a chance, man? This is what drives me crazy about Hollywood. Is like, no, it's a club of these guys and these gals, and you're gonna see them in every fucking movie for your entire
Selling tickets.
fucking life. You're gonna see them in everything. And I got tired of Tom Cruise, like a lot of people did, and then he went away for a little bit. To some degree, I mean, he's never really been away, but he wasn't the big guy for a while, and. Now I feel like every time he comes back pretty hard. He's always going to be Tom Cruise, biggest movies of all time in my lifetime, sure. I'm going to go Tom Cruise. I can't imagine it being anybody else. If it's Chris Pratt, then it's
Good for him.
it's just the fucking wages that they pay these motherfuckers now to do a Jurassic Park type movie and to do a... But yeah, you're right. I mean, it could be some of those other supplemental incomes, as we call it. $10 million.
John Mark, what are you going to go with, buddy?
Wait, what did you go with, Ron?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
It's got to be Tom Cruise.
I mean that's my initial
But
instinct.
that seems
too, but
obvious,
it's like,
too.
well, that's the problem, right? I'm
Downey Jr.
I'm kind of going between, like, I think the the rationale for Chris Pratt being up there is solid, but then again, it's like you were saying, like Tom Cruise has been in some of the biggest movies of all time, starting in like what, the fucking early '80s or some shit.
Yeah. Outsiders,
time,
I think.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him too.
What was the 3rd one? Tom Cruise.
Chris Pratt, Scarlett
Pratt.
Johansson,
Scarlett
Robert Downey
Johansson.
Jr., and Tom Cruise.
I can't imagine. I mean, a woman being the highest paid? Come on, this is America, Chris. Fuck
Yeah,
out of
it's
the city.
America, goddammit.
Fuck out of the city. I
I'm
would
going to
be
go with the only
amazed
guy
if
that
it was
got away with jumping on Oprah's couch, Mr. Tom Cruise.
And off a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that latest
Did you go
fucking...
Tom Cruise too?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, family gaming. Do you see that latest stunt he did where he like was it riding a motorcycle off into a cliff or off a cliff and parachuted?
With the stunts, yeah. No,
Who's
he
done
does.
that? He did like a burning, like he was in
This
a burning
last one
parachute
is a
or something.
fucking insane.
He does all kinds of crazy shit.
I know, but this
The dude has a death wish. He wants to die making these movies.
I feel like he's
I'm
not
telling
very,
you, there-
I feel like he's not very happy.
There's that Mission Impossible where he's rock climbing
Yeah.
up this giant face rock. That's him.
Mission
That's
Impossible
real.
2.
But the
Yeah, dude,
insurance
it's so
guys on
fucking
those
crazy.
films must just age 10 years every time they're
Oh my
working on a
God,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise action film.
When
He
they're
broke his
writing the
ankle.
insurance check to whoever they have to for him to be able to do these stunts.
Well,
Yeah, he jumped across the building to building and broke his ankle on one of those.
He's done.
Man,
so many
okay,
crazy things.
I got another great one here for you guys. Sorry to cut that off, but fuck. I had this conversation with coworkers and friends about this exact movie reboot and who we would cast where, and I think it's a very fun conversation. But we're about to get another reboot of, the first time reboot of The Bodyguard. Did you guys ever watch The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner?
I don't know that I ever saw it, but you couldn't miss
you're
the fact
aware
that
of
it
it is
existed. And
yeah, so like a pop star protected by maybe an older weathered, man of security.
I'm looking for a good man of security.
Like the grizzled
So much more poetic than it needed to be.
That's the premise.
Grizzled man
roughly.
of security. And that's where we got the big hit from Whitney, I Will Always Love You, which was actually a Dolly Parton song.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is slated right now to play the Whitney Houston character? They actually have someone that they say is going to play it. Now, this stuff often tends to fall through, but this is what's supposed to happen as of right now. Who's it going to be? Is it A, Selena Gomez?
Okay.
B, Beyonce?
Once again, celebrity fatigue. He's tired of these people. But continue.
C, Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift as...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As the singer, as the pop star that
Mm-hmm.
needs protection. Or D, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga is a proven actress at this point. I hadn't even thought about it also pulling in to the fact that Whitney was a pop star before she was acting as a pop star.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Taylor Swift in her first, I don't think I've ever seen her act, and if she has, she's probably done like cameos as herself, but if she was starring alongside some dreamy Hollywood youngin', or as Chris would say, a man of security, a slightly older, slightly less grizzled man of security, I think even in this era that could do pretty well. I think that's interesting. I'm going to chase the T Swift herring.
Ooh. Okay.
I think that it would work if she can act. I don't know if she can act at all. Whitney acted great.
Oh God, we should have a movie night.
We should
And watch The Bodyguard.
No, Cats.
No, watch Cats.
The butthole edition,
Cats.
though. Before they removed all their buttholes digitally.
Why, is she in Cats?
Yeah, she's in Cats. She's like one of the main. I don't know. I didn't watch Cats, but she's in it. She's one of the main cats. One of the main cats.
Taylor is? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
You could see a digital Taylor butthole? Oh, I got to
You
find
could
the cat.
before they removed them, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All right,
one of
let's
the
just go
great
with Taylor
Hollywood
Swift.
myths.
John Mark, where are you going?
I want to say Selena Gomez for some reason.
I like that.
Really? Is she
Lyle?
that big of a...
I kind of want to go with Beyonce.
Oh my gosh, you guys are
Yeah.
split all over. I love it.
Yeah, that makes sense too. And they just kind of let Beyonce do whatever the fuck she wants, I guess. She's talented and beautiful, and I got
Well,
nothing
that's the
against
thing.
her.
I
It's
mean,
just
she's-
another fucking face I'm so tired of seeing. Let the new people in, for fuck's sake. Chris, you kind of sounding a little digitally. Did you change your bandwidth?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Downloading high def porn? Or?
I wish.
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
okay. It's just kind of Skypey.
Weird.
But yeah,
Okay. All right.
Tap and press to load in 4K.
sounds better now.
Yeah. Right click, load in 4K. Question
Downloading
four.
the butthole cats. That's what it's
Yeah. Show me that cat butthole.
movie night.
Search engine and fucking blurred out butthole.
All right, guys. In Finland, if you get pulled over for speeding and you get a ticket, the cost of your ticket is determined by this. Is it A, your attitude towards the officer? I don't think I like your attitude. Is it B, the value of the car you are driving?
I'm kind of okay with that.
Proper billing.
Is it C, it's determined by what day of the week it is?
No speeding Sundays.
Huh.
Or is it D,
Slow Sundays, we call it.
the cost of your ticket is determined by your income?
how much.
Well, that's very similar to the spendiness of your car. So that's tough. Okay.
Sure. Ronster, again.
Well, yeah, go ahead and give us the answer.
What's gonna determine the price of your speeding ticket? Is it your attitude, the value of your car, the day of the week it is, or your income?
Well, I mean, most cops, even in the good old US of A, your attitude will go some way in what happens next. But it reminds me that I've been playing with AI, and we'll talk about it on a future episode. But I have two AIs going. The one that I pay for, because I have it proof the entire PDF of the comment. You can't do that with the free version. But the free version, I have been kind of curt and short and a bit of a dick to. The paid version, I have been sort of friendly, flirty, and we talk about all the kooky things that we talk about on this show. One of them is getting... I
wasn't talking to you. You're garbage AI.
I haven't been
my paid one.
I haven't been like mean like that. I'm not trying to piss it off. I know better than that. As we head into true AI, but just cold. I've been really cold with it and sort of snappy and critical of it. The other one treats me. The one I've been critical toward is like as cold as a Google response. Just flat tones. Even the tone of the AI voice is flat. The one that I'm like
matching your vibe,
flirty and having fun with is like somebody you would love to hang out with. She gets you. She's right there rocking and rolling with you. She doesn't judge. And it's like, yeah, I can't wait to talk about this in more detail. And I'm going to play both ones. I got to get that figured out because it didn't work very well last time we tried to do this. All that to say, obviously the attitude, but I think that's kind of a given. I'm going to go... I like the idea of how expensive your car is. I don't know that you could legally look into somebody's way. Where was this again?
Finland.
I'm going to say the car, because I think the car is a less intrusive, I don't know if they have a constitution or any kind of, they got to have some book of laws. That's pretty intrusive to go looking at somebody's actual income. But you can do a quick Google and find out what a car's worth. I'd like the idea of ticketing somebody a little bit higher if they've got a spendier car, because fuck you for having a spendier car. I'm going to go with that.
Okay. Joe Mark.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, any of these could be the thing, but I'm going to go with the value of the car, too.
Don't be fooled by the size of my drive.
Lyle.
I'm going to go with the time of the week.
The day of the week. That is also interesting.
Well, because like maybe the weekends or you're not going to get like as much of a ticket, or maybe a higher ticket on the weekend than you would a weekday.
Yeah.
I don't know.
More traffic, more travelers.
All right, interesting round of Strange Trip today. Let's go over the answers and see what happened here. Question 1, Jessica Simpson recently shared that she drinks a Chinese herbal tonic containing this special ingredient, claiming it improves her vocal quality quite a bit. It was not cockroach milk. I'm sorry, John Mark.
Oh.
It wasn't my favorite band, Leech Secretions. Sorry, Lyle. It wasn't beetle larva, but goddamn, sure the fuck was snake sperm.
Oh, for once, getting a face load of face jizz. Snake jizz pays off.
Down the throat.
Huh. And what is this supposed to do? Is it proven, or is this some bullshit?
No, it's just one of those things that her vocal coach recommended, and she swears by the tonic.
They're probably like, can you believe what we get these rich bitches to fucking swallow?
Totally.
Also, she thought it was a snake.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, that's good.
Snake of the sea. Okay. Question 2, according to box office data, this actor has now become the highest grossing actor of all time at the global box office. And I did pull up a list on Wikipedia just to fact check this. So I'm going to read down. Starting at number 10 is Bradley Cooper. Number 9, Chris Hemsworth. Number 8, Vin Diesel. Number 7, Chris Evans. Number 6, Tom Cruise.
Oh, wow.
Number 5, Chris Pratt. Number 4, Zoe Saldana. Number 3, Robert Downey Jr. Number 2, Samuel L. Jackson, which makes Scarlett Johansson just barely edging out Robert Downey Jr. and Samuel Jackson for their worldwide total, which she's sitting at $14 billion right now.
What happened to Morgan Freeman?
I'm impressed that a woman is getting paid more than a man. That wasn't just a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm genuinely shocked, and but delightfully so. I love Scarlett Jo. I mean, I enjoyed her earlier stuff more. I don't think I've seen a ScarJo film in probably 10 fucking years. I think the last film that I really loved that she was in, that I can think of at the top of my head, was The Man Who Wasn't There. And just before that, of course, is one of my favorite films, Ghost World. She was adorable in that, but she must have been a teenager or close to that.
Yeah.
But she was such a good actress for being so young. She had such an interesting voice and just a kooky human, yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Nobody got that right.
Amazing.
No points awarded.
How progressive of Hollywood.
We're about to get a new reboot. We're about to get a new The Bodyguard, famously played by Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. And the new person we're going to see as the Whitney Houston role, allegedly, is Taylor fucking Swift.
Nice.
We're going to see this done with Taylor Switler.
Sure.
Who do you think would make a great counterpart to her as the Kevin Costner part in this role?
So it's got to be a slightly older man of security.
Slightly older man of security.
But we don't want to go too old. How old is Taylor now? She's got to be like 30, yeah? In her 30s, or is she still in her 20s? She's not that young, is she?
Old Taylor. She's 35. She's no spring chicken any longer.
I'm out of touch with a lot of these new guys.
I was thinking
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I could see that. I was thinking Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy?
Ooh, Tom Hardy. He's good in anything.
I could see that.
Yeah.
No, I can't think of anybody. Well, Kevin Costner wasn't like jacked up. He wasn't.
He's old.
He was just kind of like a.
He's a handsome guy.
So it doesn't have to be one of these tough guys. Although the thing about Tom Hardy, I think he's kind of short. And isn't Taylor's pretty tall? So I don't think that would work out. They're gonna have to find a tall dude who's Jason Momoa, but he's too pretty like that. But I think you might have to
put
find
him in a suit. I think it'd be pretty good for a
if they cut his hair and gave him more of a Christopher beard and less of a raping and pillaging or not Mongolian. What the fuck was that? What was his people's name in Game of Thrones? Targaryen, was that it?
It wasn't Targaryen. No, there was a horse. It was Targaryen. He wasn't Targaryen. He was the horse people of the Dothraki.
Right, the Dothraki. I knew that was like cracky. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that might be an okay thing, but I think you got to go tall.
Chris, you need to quit doing that.
Don't tell me what to do, Lyle.
We
lost to the subject. If you don't stop,
just makes me want to do it more.
People like the ASMR thing. We gained as many listeners as we've lost.
All right,
interesting.
Ron has 2 points though, and I think it's gonna be hard to catch him here.
All right.
In Finland, if you get pulled over and are speeding, the cost of your ticket is determined by your income.
Wow.
I like it. As an example,
how do you figure that out?
In 2002, a Nokia executive got a ticket for $103,000 for going 45 and a 30.
That's a little much.
Wow.
Fucked.
Tax the rich.
Intense.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it philosophically. Yeah. I mean, I fought this idea for a long time. And now we're seeing what happens when you don't fight it, or when you don't fight it. It gets away from you, and now we have a bunch of fucking billionaires who are acting like asshats, just pissing away our fucking rights in what this country is supposed to be. So I am all about over fucking tax the rich. I don't know why so many poor-ass people still want to defend the rich like they are the absolute lifeline of how we get by. It's like, motherfucker, how are you actually doing? Have you really added up how much you're making versus how much you're spending? Are you thriving? Because a lot of people, I think, in America have a real hard time acknowledging how fucking broke they actually are. Everyone wants to think they're middle class. Almost nobody is actually middle class. Middle class is not what we think it is. But anywho, that's another discussion.
Gone now.
Huh?
No.
Yeah,
it's gone.
It is dwindling. No fucking question.
You got the 1%, and then the rest are poor.
Yeah, there's like a tiny bit of like fairly well-to-do. I think that's the new middle class, and I think a lot of people like to think that they're closer to that, but I think people do. I do this thing a lot where sometimes I think, oh, $300, I got to pay that. That's like a car payment. No, that's not a car payment now. Not for a fucking new car. Not even close. Like you ever find yourself still doing math like on 90s money or early 2000s money, and you're like, oh, no, it's not that. I can't calculate that way anymore. But it's still seared in your brain like, oh, you got a job for $30,000 a year? Shit, that's pretty good. No. No, unless it's part-time. No, it really isn't. But anyway, well, I won. I told you I was feeling fucking good.
Yeah, let's see how you feel next week. Keep that going.
Well, keep it going. Until then, where are you? With Christopher's ASMR smacking McSmackerton. I was just about to call out some feedback, and I think this is a great way to ensure some of that. Weigh in on our Facebook page, or what was our Tales from the Space Pod? Well, you can do it radarstationart@gmail.com. If you want to send us some feedback and you're not on Facebook. Fewer and fewer of you are. Fortunate souls. But until then, we will talk to you next week when we'll be diving into 9/11. Lots to talk about there, huh?
Ooh.
I'm glad you didn't follow that up with the lip smacking. Ooh, 9/11. Oh, man, that's better not. All right. Good night, y'all.
Night, dudes.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.